Soldiers come and soldiers go, but barracks remain. There's a new person at the helm of affairs of the Nigerian Communications Commission. His name is Professor Dambata. He has invited us, together with other stakeholders, to the Sheraton Hotels Lagos for an international press briefing. He wants to reel out to us his 8-point agenda to run the commission and to run the industry to give a better service to the Nigerian people. My name is B. Ifashoyin, and together with other colleagues, we will be going to the Sheraton Hotels and Towers in Ikeja to cover the proceedings of the International Press Conference with Professor Dambata, the EVC of the Nigerian Communications Commission.
The Nigerian Communications Commission starts 2016 on a high-tech, upbeat fashion by unveiling an 8-point operational agenda guiding the Commission's policies for the year. The Executive Vice Chairman of the Commission, Professor Umar Garba Dantata, hosted technology correspondents across the globe to a press parley on what it finds to be the most important to do this year, which are the facilitation of broadband penetration in the country, improving the quality of services, promoting ICT innovation and investment opportunities, protecting and empowering consumers, promoting fair competition and inclusive growth, and ensuring regulatory excellence and operational efficiency, amongst others. In response to questions from participants, here's what the EVC said.
I think question is very much related, I think, to there's end up taking our results. I would like to be judged by the effort I have made to translate the broadband plan of the federal government into practice. I would like to be judged by statistics that will be available at home at the end of 1991. Statistics that will provide reliable information about what progress we have made in broadband deployment, rollout of broadband services, as well as jobs created courtesy of this very, very important effort that we intend to make, which measures we're already putting in place in order to ensure that we achieve the desired results. And I would like to be taken on this at the end of my team. Broadband, broadband, broadband. The next question number 4, I think, or number 3, penetration and job creation. Again, we know the statistics, that we can be able to get super syndrome, that we can replicate the same benefits that accrue to us when the power networks emerged way back many years ago, through the pursuance of a broadband vision and peaceful implementation of the various components of the vision spelled out by government, as well as today accentuated during the presentation have made. The 700 meg 2.6 gig. The 700 meg spectrum is being taken up by the Frequency Management Council, which is the statutory body assigned to deal with matters of frequency allocation to agencies of government under the ministry, and that includes the Nigerian Communications Commission. At the last meeting of the Frequency Management Council, agreement also, or a resolution at the level of the Frequency Management Council to compensate broadcast operators on the spectrum, compensation for equipment, because there are broadcast operators on the spectrum. The resolution at the level of the Frequency Management Council is to recommend to government to use part of the proceeds from the auction of this 2.6 gig spectrum to pay compensation to the broadcast operators so that they can vacate the spectrum and allow its auction by the NCC. And we have already taken proactive steps by setting up an auction committee to set the process in motion for the auction of this spectrum, alongside the 900 meg spectrum extended band, so that the auction committee can work out modalities, even as we anticipate, the vacation of the broadcast operators on the 2.6, and of course the 9 meg extended spectrum is in possession of the commission. So we are sort of already, we have already set in motion process for auctioning of the two spectra, and I think an auction committee has been appointed even to that effect.
My question is derived from
to smart states still, if there's any evidence in those that are already smart states that investment has actually increased. In those that are already smart states that initiative has actually increased investment.
In some states and in many countries, the two technologies still coexist. You don't that is visible can be able to roll out services, not only first generation long-term evolution services as we know today, but to provide the CDNA technology that Isopon is known for. And we'll continue, like I said in the past, to engage other operators who may want to revive this dying technology to come forward so that we can be able to discuss ways on this revival, because we feel additional service providers that will come in to provide fixed services will be welcome, because such services will lessen the burden presently being experienced on our wireless telephone. We'll continue to encourage the revival of this important technology with the industry. The other one, short-term and long-term, is consistent, I agree with you, with all strategic plans, to be categorized into immediate, short, and long-term, as well as to state very clearly the outcomes in each case. In the past, a very strong and convincing case for a bill, This is the case in many countries. These are very, very important national assets. How much work they have done? The assurance I want to give is the respect and share this information with the public in order to appreciate the public, to appreciate. And we can escalate lack of compliance to the next level. You are all aware what we can with if you like verifiable evidences, that we can be able. Smart is a concept that denotes people are talking about smart, including the camera you are using. You are sort of being relieved of jobs they normally do to earn a living, in order to go in a smart way. And I think those have been highlighted in the presentation of on the crime to go in, for Nigeria to go the smart way. At a face that the honorable judge presiding over this matter has granted the request for amicable settlement of the matter. This information came to fore after the honorable minister has granted his own version of it yesterday, and I was there sitting with him. Admitting lack of knowledge or information about this settlement out of court. I think later in the evening, our lawyers communicated to us that indeed MTN is resulting to a settlement out of court. So I can confirm this officially to you. Notwithstanding the information given by the honorable minister, because the information given by the honorable minister was given before the information reached us for settlement out of court by the councils representing the NCC.
Some of the participants share their thoughts on the Commission's new agenda for the year with info.com.
What would you take away from this meeting, this international press conference by the EBC of the NCC President?
It's a very good one, timely, because it afforded the media an opportunity to be able to iron out and be able to hear firsthand from the new EBC on his policies, his goals, objectives, and what he has in place for the industry. This is a mega industry, and there have been some policies and issues that have been building up in the past few weeks and rest of them that Nigerians need to know, need answers to, and rest of them. So this is a very, very good platform, and he ironed out all the issues and all the questions raised you can see that there is so much human feeling to most of the questions and answers that he gave. And we believe that this should be a regular thing. This was his first since he came in, and we believe and hope that we'll make this a regular, if possible, possibly a quarterly issue with the media. Because most often than not, the problem we've always had within the media is that we seek answers to issues, but you don't have anybody giving you the relevant answers. And that in itself, people, the media have no other option than to start speculating and a lot of rumor and here and there. But when it comes from the horse's mouth, from the man in charge, then it's a good one. It's a very, very impressive one, and I'm very, very happy.
Okay, most of the things they have said, we've had it before.
Yes.
Like on your columns, I always hear Natude.
Yes.
Why should we trust him? Why should we believe that he will do better than his predecessors?
Well, we have to believe him. We have to take his word for it. And most importantly, you have to know that he has been in the system for a long time. And after that, he went out of the system. He's an academician. He was in the academy. He rose up to become a vice chancellor. He was in the system. He went out. So he has been able to see the two, be on the other side and be an insider. So he'll be able to marry the two and be able to. Then you can see from there was no hold back. That's the difference between him. And you can see that some interpersonal relationship going on. Unlike the ones we've had before, who were carrying themselves as big men. From this is my first time of meeting him, and sincerely, I totally believe him. Okay, he has 5 years to deliver in most of the promises. We just believe. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt, unlike those that were before him. And I believe that he'll be able to do it. And not forget, we're in the matter of change. Everything is changing. So let us believe that there is a change within the House, within the NCC, and that this will materialize in the time.
What are you taking home from what we saw here today?
Well, the NCC has come around to tell us its agenda. We know there are some of the issues in the industry, and it's an opportunity for him to meet with the journalists who are representing the consumers, because our position has placed us in the advantage position to know what the consumers are talking about. So we're just like midpoints, and he has got the feedback. We talk about the challenges, the drop calls, unnecessary charges, and other challenges, and the issue of broadband. So it's like a mix. The new man has come like a normal new person. He has come around to tell us his agenda, and we are able to provide him with some sufficient information about the challenges and the reality in the sector. That's what has happened.
As a journalist, do you believe? I mean, we've had most of these promises before. So as a journalist, if you put your inquisitive mind and analyze, do you think we should trust this man in the next 5 years?
I think we have to give him a chance. For now, we cannot crucify him based on because he has not done anything. But if we want to look at what has been happening in the past, people have been coming around to tell us beautiful ideas. But most of these ideas died before the takeoff. But if you look at President Buhari's change agenda, I think we should be positive this time around because we have a new regime. I'm sure we have the opportunity to evaluate him probably a year after and see the milestone he has got. I don't want us to be pessimistic because we can't judge him based on what he has not done. But if we have to place this side aside with our experience, we have cause to be a bit skeptical about his intention. But I want to believe that with Buhari in the power and the change agenda, I think we should be positive about it.
So there's hope for Nigeria?
Definitely there's hope.
You are a partner of the NCC. We've had a lot of these promises in terms of infrastructure and all the rest. Should we trust this new regime?
You see, it's very important to understand the essence of forums like this. It is to get all stakeholders, to get all those that understand what the sector is trying to do and get their views. The NCC has always interacted with parties that can help them drive their vision and their goals. This is one of many, and all the time they interact with operators and the industry. They take these points, find a way to implement them. So yes, to answer your question, we can always trust the regulator. We've been operating in this market for years, and this is the way we have been able to achieve the growth that we have. And I believe with this sort of drive that the current EBC has, clear vision, sound is communicated there, and it's obvious with the passion in which he's communicated this, now we'll begin to see a lot of improvement in the sector. Further improvement, I should say, because there's always been improvement. So I think, yes, we should trust that.
Okay, finally, we're together at Badon with the minister, trying to set a new agenda, a new strategy to run the industry for the next 4 years. If you just suppose that with what we've had today, what do you think may be the challenges? I mean, that's why experts like you are there, so you can pinpoint some of the things that maybe they're not seeing right now. What are the things, what are the loopholes that may likely emerge?
Well, you see, I think I would not call them challenges per se. I think we've agreed that it's important to take the ICT policy, the broadband plan, harmonize them, understand the perspective of operators, understand the perspective of the regulator and the ministry, bring them together and find a way to move things forward. And that's exactly what the EBC has said.
So we're on a very safe platform right now.
I believe there's always been hope, and there is hope.
Well, welcome back from the proceedings at the Sheraton Hotels and Towers, Lagos, where we've had to stay with the EBC, where he reeled out his 8-point agenda for the industry. Now, in terms of voice, data, and better and improved services, he's given us his promises, he's given us his agenda, he's given us his strategies. But we at watchdogs of the society will continue to put them on their toes. We'll watch through and see whether at the end of his tenure as the EBC of the Nigerian Communications Commission, if he has kept faith with the people.